Hello, I'm Prem Tipster and I'm going to help you in deciding who to captain for Game Week 9. Just make sure you watch the whole video so you can make your own judgment and stay till the end so you can see my decision as well. This week I've narrowed it down to 4 players on the shortlist. You've got Timo Werner, who looked threatening in his last match versus Sheffield United. You've got Bruno Fernandes, who ripped Everton to bits. Speaking of Everton, you've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'm an Everton fan, I watch the matches, and I think Richarlison will really help Dominic Calvert-Lewin out. His movement off the ball is really good, he's a direct player and he takes a couple of players with him off the back line as well. And last on the list is, unexpectedly, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who has been off the boil, but he is on the list because of his opponent's defence, which I will explain later. Only Bruno Fernandes is at home this week and the rest are away from home, but all the players have good fixtures. Now let's crack on and get straight to the non-penalty expected goal involvement per 90 minutes with the goal and assist stat. Even though Calvert-Lewin hasn't been scoring many goals recently, he still has a tally of 8 this season, which is the highest on the list. Bruno Fernandes is quite surprising as he has 5, probably because Manchester United get quite a lot of penalties. It does look like the other 3 players are on penalties as well though. Calvert-Lewin took one for England and he scored it. Everton don't have a penalty taker. Now if I put 2 and 2 together, I'm getting 4 right there. Moving on to the assists, you can see that Bruno Fernandes is by far the most creative player on the list, but DCL does still dominate the underlying stat. One thing that we can't miss out on though is Bruno Fernandes and Timo Werner having all round decent numbers, whilst Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been dragging his heels all season. Now let's take a look at the opposition and the probability. There are a few things I want to note before I move on with this step. FBRef have provided the stats. I've got the odds from Unibet because they are the only bookmaker that I can find who do the assist market. And I got the points projections from Fantasy Football Fix. I'll leave a link in the description for all of these websites. Now you can see why Aubameyang is on the list. Leeds have the highest expected goals conceded in the league and the joint highest goals against. Now for me, I'm not quite convinced with this Leeds defence yet. I know quite a few people are, but for me I want them to prove it in the top league before I start investing in any of the defenders in FPL. And with the joint highest goals against in the league is Bruno's opponents, West Brom. They also have the second highest expected goals conceded, which also makes him a worthy captain pick with a decent opponent. Calvert-Lewin is up against Fulham, who have the 4th worst expected goals conceded and the 4th worst goals against in the league. And Timo Werner has a slightly more difficult fixture against Newcastle, who were nowhere near the worst for the goals against or expected goals conceded. Last but not least, you've got the odds. So, as you can see, each player is around about evens to get a goal. And if you don't do betting, what that means is you put £1 on, you get around £1 back. Put $1 on, you get around about $1 back. And that's how it works, you get the point. But one thing that does stand out like a sore thumb is Bruno having the best chance of assisting. You can see that Calvert-Lewin didn't have any odds for that, probably because the chance of it happening is so low. And the other 2 players still isn't that good of a chance of it happening. He also has by far the highest Fantasy Football Fix projection by quite a margin, whilst the other 3 players are all grouped in around about the same area. Right, so I've made a decision. This player has a home fixture against West Brom, he's got the highest penalty appeal, he's the most creative, he's got the highest probability of getting a goal or assist, and he's in top form. So this week, my captain is Bruno Fernandes. That's all from me. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, click the subscribe button if you want to see more of this, and I wish you all the best in Game Week 9.